and welcome to Slimmer Kitchen. I'm Sarah Slimmer. I'm bringing you a cooking show that you didn't ask for. Today we're making some fun side dishes for the Labor Day holiday, when it's safe to be around people under 10 or more. But you can make these any day of the week if you'd like. There's a little bit of different stuff. We have an Italian-based side dish. This Italian little side salad that I'm going to start with first is something that I've made probably every barbecue I've ever gone to because it's super easy. And everyone really likes it. You can make it healthier by making your own salad dressing, but I'm going to go with my tried and true today, which is a store-bought zesty Italian. And yeah, so let's get started. First, I have some water boiling in the back. The bubbles mean it's ready. I'm going to salt the pasta. Usually when you cook pasta that's going to have like a sauce, you want to go heavy with the salt, but because the dressing is going to have a lot of salt in it, you can go a little bit easier. Do that. Get my tricolor rotini in there. You can use regular, but I like the tricolor because it's pretty. So you're going to use the whole box. Honestly, if you want to make this for a big party, you can make 2 boxes. I've made it for some catering events, and I do like big things of it for fairly cheap, and people really like it. So we're going to give this a stir, and you want to cook it to about al dente with a little bit of a bite or a chew to it. You don't want it mushy because it's going to keep cooking even after you take it out a little bit, so it's going to soften up a bunch. So bring that down a little bit, set my timer, and we'll get everything else ready. So I like to add olives, bell peppers, and tomatoes, and actually some mozzarella balls. So we're going to get those chopped up while this cooks, and we're going to put it all together. First, I'm going to let these drain. I like to buy the already sliced olives. Obviously, you can get the ones that aren't, and cut them yourselves. I do black olives. They're not super salty. They kind of pick up the flavor of stuff. I think green olives might be a little too zesty for this dish. So definitely stick with the black olives. So you might not need the whole can, but I'm going to drain anyways, and I will eat them later. So I'm going to start by just putting the olives in. I'm just going to use all of them. Why not? Olives tasty. So you can see how many pepper. Got some bell peppers. I know people don't love bell peppers, but I really if you don't like peppers and you don't like mushrooms, I don't know what to do with you. So we're going to seed the peppers, pull out the white pith. Get it out of there. I'm going to do a red one, and the only reason I'm doing these is because they're a prettier color. Obviously green peppers are going to be cheaper, so you work with your budget. Cut them in half. Very good, and then we're just going to dice. A lot of colors in my cooking because it just looks nicer. It's aesthetic for that reason. I just think when your food is pretty, you want to eat it more, you enjoy it a little bit more. But at the same time, I'll just devour a whole mac and cheese that looks like garbage. So it goes fast. Like I said before, I use these when I want to make a fun color tomatoes and peppers and stuff. When I want to make it look real pretty, so you can secretly just use the boring plain color ones if you're going to a party that you don't really want to be at. Yeah. You only get the green peppers and the red tomatoes. I want beer, but I have to. There's definitely going to be people looking and thinking now, they're like, oh, Michelle got green and after my party. Shadows. I know somewhere there's like a chef that's just looking at my knife skills and dying, but that's what it is. I took classes actually. They didn't pay off.
Have you ever hurt yourself with that?
No, but Matt has. We can talk about that later. Should I talk about that now?
If you want, yes, I've never hurt myself with a knife, but...
So I've never hurt myself with a knife, but my husband has. We decided to do a whole 30. Well, I decided and I made him. And our first night, our first meal, we were making some sweet potatoes. And I look over and I'm like, oh, what is he doing with that knife? Be careful. 10 seconds later, oh no. Oh no. I'm like, what? Yeah, Matt cut his hand wide open, or his finger, should I say. And at about 9:30 at night, we were at the urgent care our first day of Whole 30 because Matt sliced his finger open. So that was a good experience. So be careful. When I was watching him make his drink and I was watching him cut those lemons, I was having a panic attack. He's like, that is how you do it. That's kind of scary. So I know there's like a really quick trick to like cutting all of these involving like a lid and another lid and then you can slice through, but I forgot about that. So we're just going old school. Woo! Noodles are almost ready. Alright. Good job. We just try one of these to make sure. Perfect. Perfect. Alright.
Why didn't you do it at the ceiling?
Because that's only for spaghetti. I think rotini is too heavy. Or just bounce off the end of the face. Alright, we're gonna let those chill for a minute while I finish cutting these tomatoes. Yeah. And pretty soon we'll have our nice little side pasta dish. These Constellation tomatoes make the best sauce. Just so you guys know. Simple, sweet. We might make it out here today. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, there's definitely a trick to this, and I already put it on my. Alright, so we have all our veggies in here. I'm going to put some mozzarella balls. These little balls are freaking great. When in doubt, cut it out. And that's the liquid. I'm going to use all of them. These little guys. Noodle time. Noodles are still nice and hot. Now for some zesty Italian dressing. Obviously you can make your own, that's a lot healthier than the bottled stuff. There's actually a lot of good dressings now that don't have a lot of added crap to them. But like I said before, I'm going with my Old Faithful, which is probably all fake stuff. I think they changed it. It's actually not as bad. That's good. probably just going to use the whole thing, which may seem like a lot, but okay. So I usually let this chill before I serve it. Like I want to make it a couple hours ahead of time, just so everything like sits together, gets nice and cold. You could totally serve it warm. It's still good. I just suggest that you let it chill in the fridge for a few hours before you do serve it. I like to add, when it's cold, after it's chilled for a little while, I will add some breadcrumbs to it. Just some of your regular mill Italian style breadcrumbs. It gives it like a little bit of a bite, a little extra flavoring. I think it's a really nice addition to it. So I would sprinkle, I'd say I'd probably use half a cup for all of it. Give it a nice mix. A little bit more.
That's chilled enough to add the breadcrumbs.
It's not, but you don't have to. I just want to show you. You let it chill, then you add the breadcrumbs. I mean, it's fine warm still. They just stay a little bit like harder. I mean, they're super fine, so. And then the last thing I do is I just add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. You can use fresh grated. I just happen to have a shaker bottle, which is part sawdust, I think. So sprinkle, sprinkle. And that's what we have. We have an Italian noodle salad. Do you want to come over and try it, Matt?
Sure.
Let the people know.
What do we got?
Right.
What are you eating there, Riley? Is that some sprinkle cheese?
Probably. Yeah. Did you like this dish, Matt?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Super simple, right?
Yep, simple,
Tasty.
tasty.
Back home, everyone's Italian or Irish. Everyone has like a pasta salad. You eat it all year long, especially in summers.
Yeah.
I don't see this too much out here, so
Yeah,
I'm bringing it here.
Yep, every time you bring it somewhere, everyone always eats it, so. It is better cold, I would say,
Yeah.
just because summer times are so hot here, so, you know, it's nice to have a cold pasta dish, usually with your main course, whatever. Hot meat, yeah.
Hot meat.
Mm-hmm. It's slamming, as Denny G would say. That's Sarah's dad.
His favorite word. Good? Like it?
Yep.
And you can also add meat to this, like some salami or like a hard cured meat. I just know I have some vegetarians among us today, and I would like them to try it. So, get the meat out.
And it totally doesn't need it.
Yeah, it's just an extra bonus. Good? I'll take it. Alright, here you go. Easy, 15-minute side dish that people will love.
So we put it in the Tupperware, put it in the fridge.
Yeah, and then stop. Okay.
Welcome to Happy Hour at the Slimmer Kitchen. I'm Matt Slimmer. I'm here to get the party started. And today we got Bourbon Limoncello Sweet Tea. It is like a southern sweet tea with a twist in the sense that you might get wasted off of it. So, the ingredients we'll need today are some black tea, bourbon, a lemon, and I'm throwing some mint in there. And my lovely assistant will bring me the last ingredient, some limoncello. Thank you, Sarah. All right, so we're gonna start by just adding ice to all of our cups. Don't worry if you spill. They're just ice cubes. which is frozen water. Fun fact, water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius. You can fact check me if you'd like. I'm pretty sure that's correct. All right, so we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of our bourbon. So if you got one of these babies at home, the small one's 1 ounce, the big one's 1.5 ounces. To the top, right in there. We are going to do, the ratio is 2 to 1 bourbon to limoncello. So I'm gonna do about half of this again. Not all the way to the top, just fill it halfway. It's gonna give it some sweetness and that lemony flavor. Then top it off with 3 ounces of our black tea. So this is a 12-ounce bottle. So I'm just gonna, actually, let's do it right. So 1.5 ounces, 1.5 ounces. Gonna cut some lemon, put it on there. So this is just a washed lemon. Gonna do some slices so we can add them to all of our drinks. All right. So if it's got some seeds in there, you can kind of just pick those out with your fingers. Toss it on top. Give it a little stir. Throw a couple sprigs of mint in there. Gives it some nice color, a little bit of minty flavor. And last but not least, our biodegradable straws. So we save those turtles. And there you go. Delicious. All right, I'm gonna whip up the rest of these babies and we will be good to go for our happy hour. And happy hour is served here in the Slimmer Kitchen. Welcome.
Good.
All right. That was a little nerve-wracking.
You just got look up a little bit more. Yeah. Which one did you suck from already?
It was one of these two. I think this one. All right. So, how are you doing today? All right, got that.
I'm doing great.
So, any tips for me on my happy hour presentation?
That was terrifying watching you cut that.
Yep.
But everything else, yeah. I mean, thank you for making me a cocktail.
Of course. Cheers.
It's gonna make my portion a little bit better.
And a tip for the lemon. You can pre-cut a bunch of lemons, throw them in the freezer, which is what I had planned to do. But before this segment, I noticed that all the lemons were frozen together and had to start fresh. So you improvise, and ultimately it's happy hour, it's booze, you're gonna like it. Oh yeah. Tasty. Thanks for stopping by the Slimmer Kitchen. We hope you join us again. Let's bang it out next time.
He came right from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw who said running, painful whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business with the big iron on his
Shots?
big iron on his skin.
Close it out.
In this town there lives an outlaw, the name of Texas Red. Many men have tried to take him, and many men were dead. He was vicious and a king, though
We don't always do shots, but when we do, they're in the Slimmer Kitchen.
Cheers.